And hello and welcome to Rotaville Livestream number 5. Today we're doing a deep dive into the Rotaville Mobile App, and we'll be looking at every little inch and every little corner of the app and how it works. If you're watching live on YouTube, you can leave a comment and we will see that in real time and we'll answer your questions. And if you're watching the replay, well, you can always email us support@rotaville.com and we will answer your questions and maybe even answer them, demo them in a future live stream. So I think that's everything. Let's get into the deep dive. Welcome. Now, some of you may have seen live stream number 4, where we also demoed some of the new features in the Rotaville mobile app. And what I did in that live stream was I had my phone under the camera and also a feed from my phone, and so you could see what was happening on the phone in real time. And today we'll do something similar. But first of all, let me just tell you about the apps. You can go to this link in the Rotaville page footer, or this link for this link as well, the iPhone app or the Android app links, and you can follow these buttons here to download the Rotaville app for iPhone and also download the Rotaville app for Android. So that's how you get a hold of the Rotaville app. If you have some other type of phone that doesn't run Android apps or doesn't run iOS apps, iPhone apps, you can always visit the mobile site. That's that link here, mobile site, the first link in the page footer. It takes you through to a HTML-based website, which is very fast and responsive, but it's specially designed to render nicely on mobile screens or touch screens if you're using a tablet. So that's where to get a hold of the Rotaville mobile app. Now, an interesting thing has happened. Apple Computer Company or Apple Company have released some new computers running the Apple M1 chip, and using their new CPU technology, you can actually run iPhone apps directly on the computer. So for today's deep dive, let me see if I can bring it up. For today's deep dive, here we are. I am going to be using the Rotaville app, iPhone app, but it's actually running on my computer, running right here. It's the exact same app, but it's running on the computer, not on the phone. It's downloaded from the App Store, and you can see my mouse. Instead of my mouse, you imagine you interacting with the touch screen, and yeah, it's the Rotaville app. So let's get into it. Now, if you download the app on iPhone, you can log into your existing Rotaville account. If you're on Android, you have the option of creating an account if you've never used Rotaville before. But on iPhone, you must already have a Rotaville account. You can go to rotaville.com, sign up, or follow an invite to get your own account. But Apple do not allow us to have sign up on the app. So let's click on login, and I will log in with my login details. And here we are. I've logged into the Rotaville app. Now I've got lots of workforces here in this demo account. Normally you probably just have one job, one workforce, one rota. That's normal. But let's have a deep look now around the app. Now across the top here in the top navigation bar, we've got a reload button, and if you click that, what happens is the data is reloaded from our server, so you get the freshest, up-to-date information with all the shifts and assignments, agreements, and availability updated straight away. And the reason why that's needed is because while you're on the app and looking at this screen, an employee or a manager may have actually updated something on another screen. So if you ever want the latest up-to-date information, just click on reload and you're getting the latest data from our production servers. Now, also across the top bar here, we have a a title here, it's Rotaville on this screen. This is the home screen. There's a little button here, I. And what that does is it brings up help for this screen. Now that I will appear on many screens throughout the app, and you can click on it just to find out a little bit more information about the screen you're looking at. Now on the home page, you can click I there, or actually there's another button down here, help and information. It brings up the exact same thing. Excuse me. Now, what's interesting is on the home page, it does tell you what the current version of the app is. So here we can see it's Rotaville app version 59.1.1. And if you're on version 59.1 something, then you're running the latest version of the Rotaville app. Now, there is a menu here as well on the home page. Many people don't see this or find this, but here in the menu, you can log out, or you can go and edit your profile. So here you can edit your profile fields and update your profile. Let's just go back. You can also edit your settings. And here are all the Rotaville settings. These are the same settings that you see on the desktop app, but they're all here and you can change them on the mobile app. There are actually some app-specific settings, and this section here, app push notifications. You can only set these settings on the app, and it just allows you to get shift reminders, say 1 hour before the shift, or what's this one? Updates to shifts. So we can change our notifications on the app here. Memo notifications, yes, let's get those. Holiday updates, yes. Sick leave updates, let's get those. And some notifications for managers. Scroll down to the bottom and say the settings. Here you can choose what holidays you're looking at, displayed on the Rota calendar. I've got quite a few ticked. I'm looking at the Argentine, Australian, Irish, Japanese, New Zealand, Dutch, Polish, American and British holidays, but let's also add in some more for fun, the Russian holidays and maybe the Peruvian holidays. Click on Save Settings, and there we are. It says Jason Lee has been updated. What's also in this menu? If you're an employee and you've been invited to view the rotas of a new workforce, you can use the job invite code from your email in this form. And if you are a manager or a workforce owner, a workplace owner, a business owner, maybe you'd like to create a new workforce, a completely new workforce, completely different employees, then you can do that here. And let me just do that as for an example. Let's create a new workforce called Deepdives Inc. And, business hours from, say, 5 a.m. through until 8 p.m. And then there's all the workforce settings here that are explained in detail in our other videos and also on the desktop site. But you can change all these settings and then we can click on Create Workforce. And Deepdive Inc. has been created. And here in my list of workforces, we can see Deepdives Inc. Has been created. And I can go in there and the Rota and everything is being created. What I'm going to do right now actually is I'm going to delete this workforce. Workforce settings, delete workforce. Now you do need to be very, very careful deleting things on Rotaville because deletion is permanent. There is no undo. But I've just created this workforce. So there's no real data here. So yeah, let's delete it. Okay. Am I really sure I want to delete it? Yes, I am. There is no going back, so let's delete that. Okay, final warning. This is going to delete the entire workforce, all the shifts, all the rotas, all the employees, all the agreements. But that's okay because there's nothing in this workforce. Okay, so Deepdive has been deleted. And yeah, log out. Now, that is the top navigation bar on the homepage. Now, for most employees, the most interesting thing is to come to this section, your availability and upcoming shifts. So if I click into this or tap into this, I come to this screen, which is a list of my shifts this week. And you can see that I'm working at the home care workforce on the regional visits rota, and I've got some shifts today at 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. and then tomorrow 8 a.m. 10 a.m. and then Thursday 8 a.m. 10 a.m. We can see there's some holidays here in Netherlands, America, Japan, some holidays on these different days of the week, and these shifts have been confirmed. I can click in and I can see that this shift is with a client, Elliot, and the 10 o'clock shift is with another client, Leisha. And I can set my shift agreement by clicking on this button here, or I can go into the shift and accept the agreement there, which is another way to do it. And let me scroll down. And here I have some. These shifts have been confirmed, but these shifts for next week, from next Monday, have not yet confirmed. If I go into these, I can actually, because of the workforce settings, I can decline this shift if I wanted to. And there is actually some navigation buttons here at the top. If I go back to, say, here, I can click this next button at the top, up here at the top, up there at the top, and I can just go through and see my shifts: Wednesday shifts, Thursday shifts, Friday shifts. So that's a little bit quicker than always having to go back to the full rota view. Now, what else is on this upcoming shifts page? Well, there's some information here about what's available on the page, so you can read that. Let me show you some of those things now. We can set our availability if your workforce is using availability. Not all workforces do, but you can set your availability by clicking the green button to say you're available. Yes, I'm available Thursday, I'm available Friday, and I'm available Saturday, Sunday, but Monday I'm not going to be available. So I can set my availability to busy by clicking on the red button. And it's actually a little warning popped up here saying that I'm already assigned to shifts on that day and that I should directly contact my manager. So I will do that. I'll contact the Rota managers and let them know that listen, I'm not. You've rostered me to work, but can I please have the day off? That's just a discussion that you really do need to have with your manager. And this afternoon shift, what I can do is I can decline that as well, that Monday. So I've declined both those shifts. And if you have mixed availability for individual hours, you can click this third button, and then you can go in and click the hours that you are available. And the hours that you are not available, well, you can just double click those to toggle them from available to unavailable. So that's how you can set your mixed availability there. And now, also what you can do is you can view your upcoming shifts for 1 year in advance, depending on how far your managers have planned the rota. So by clicking next, you can skip forward to future weeks. This is the week starting Tuesday, the 11th of May, and then the next week, Tuesday, the 18th of May, then the next week, Tuesday, the 25th of May. Or you can use this navigation drop downs here and quickly jump to a specific date. So let's say in November, let's say I've got something going on, and I can just quickly jump to that date and have a look to see if I'm working or not. Or I can go to previous weeks. Actually, I can look at 1 year in the past. I can go back to July last year and have a look at my shifts from that week. And to jump back to this week, we just click on the This Week button, and bang, we're back to today, Tuesday, the 27th of April. So that's the upcoming shifts. And then we can go back to the home screen, or we can click this top button up here, Home, which takes us again straight to the home screen. Now, we saw I was registered, rostered, scheduled, rotated to some shifts in the home care workforce. And I, as an employee, I can click into that workforce, and then depending on the workforce settings that manager has set, I may be able to see all shifts or just some shifts or just my shifts. Let's have a look. Let's go into all rotas. Okay, and it looks like I can see other people's shifts, which is fine. For some businesses, employees do need to be able to see what everybody else is doing as part of their job. And for other businesses, maybe employees don't. But the workforce settings here allow me to see the full rota, and I can click in to see these specific shifts. I can see Greg is assigned to work on the Elliot rota, and I can see that James is assigned to work with Alex on the regional visits rota. So I can view the full rota there, which is great. And I can, again, jump forward in time, and I can even print out the rota. Now, this print button should work okay on iOS. On some Android devices, you may end up, rather than viewing the rota, you may end up getting it downloaded to your downloads folder. Let's see what happens here on the computer. Let's print out everything for this week. And what's happened is it's opened another window. Let me show you that. Can I show you that? Yep, it's opened up the PDF here, and I can print that out now. It's opened automatically in a browser window for me. So that's printing from the app. Let's go. Here we go. And we can jump around to different dates. September. There's some shifts scheduled in September, or we can just go click on this week to go straight back to this week. Great. So that's the employee view of the rotas. And if I can just look at the Elliot rota, there's the Elliot rota. Ellie and Greg seem to be working some long shifts on that rota. Or I can just look at the regional visits rota, and only the regional visits shifts are shown there. Now I can also look at the list of employees. Here's all the employees, and let's say I wanted to get in contact with one of the managers, say Nick. Here's Nick. And okay, Nick doesn't have any details there for me to contact him, but if other employees may well have their details available. It all depends on the workforce settings, actually, what's visible and what's not. I can see my own employee record. There's my own employee record, and I can click on View Schedule, and here's my schedule of my shifts. It's a little bit like my upcoming shifts, but what I can do is I can print this schedule for this week. And let me show you that. And here's my schedule. This is my shifts for the week. And I can see all those shifts that I'm scheduled to work, which is great. Now, go back to Jason, back to the list of the employees, back to the workforce. I can also see the clients. There's the client records, and there's no resources. So that's what employers can do. They can look through their upcoming shifts, and they can review the workforce rotas and information. Now, if you're a manager, there's a lot more you can do. And I'm signed up as a manager here. Let's go into Dental Network workforce, and I'm a manager here. So this workforce has a bunch of rotas here. It's 11 employees, and there's a button here called Manager Actions. Let's have a look. Okay, I can update the workforce settings, and we've seen what those look like, all those workforce settings. And I can, what else can I do? I can upload a new logo, which is great. Or I can add a new rota if we needed yet another rota, another site perhaps. Let's go into one of these rotas. Let's go into the Whitechapel Hospital rota. And we can see that currently there are no shifts on the rota. It's very easy to add shifts as a manager. We just click the plus button here, and it brings up a quick little dialogue. Let's schedule a shift, say from midday through to 3 p.m. Click on Create Shift. Bang, there it is. Click on the shift. I can assign employees, perhaps Dr. Fritz, and let's assign some more employees, Julia, and also Gwendolyn. So there's 3 employees assigned to that shift. And I can actually go into this and put in some details like this is a training shift. Please the prompt on level 6. So I've added some notes to that shift, so the employees will see that information. Now, as a manager, I can confirm that shift. It was a draft shift. Now it's confirmed. I can look at the activity, see who did what. This was all created by me just now, so that we know that. I can set this up as a repeating shift. Maybe this shift needs to repeat every week. That could be every 7 days, or I could repeat it weekly on Tuesdays. Let's say we run this through until a specific date. Let's say we run this through until the end of October this year. So now that shift, there it is, repeating next Tuesday and every Tuesday thereafter. Let's have a look. Yep, there it is. The following week, the following week, the following week. So it's running right through until October 31st. Now we can make some changes. Julia, what we could do is by clicking on this employee button, we could remove Julia from this shift. Let's say just this shift, Tuesday the 1st of June, because she's told us she can't attend, and let's put in someone else in their place, say Dr. Matthew Jones, just this shift. So Matthew Jones is now working that 1st of June shift. Back to this week. So that's adding shifts to the rota, which managers can do. Managers can also do other things. They can add holidays to the rota. So for instance, maybe I could do it for any employee, but let's say do it for myself, Jason. I want a holiday. I need a holiday. That's not really a great holiday title, but I do need a holiday. So let's go and set the dates, say from the 2nd of May through until the 8th of May. And further information, custom days off. It's 7 days on the calendar, but it's only 5 work days. So let's put in 5 and create that holiday request. And now there, I've just been alerted to that holiday request. Here's that holiday. Let's go into it. Let's confirm the holiday request. And so that holiday is now locked in on the Whitechapel rota. And you can also add sick leave as a manager. Very quick, very easy to add sick leave. You can edit the rota, perhaps put in a description, floors 5, 6, and 7. And 7. Now, as a manager, you can see the list of employees, and what you can do is you can add new employees on the phone. It's very easy. For instance, let's add an employee, say Brian Jones, and click on Create Employee. And then Brian Jones is there. Now on mobile, what you can do very easily is click on Add Photo. And it's so easy with your phone as a manager to take the photos of your employees. You can just click on the Take Photo button, and straight away, like on your phone, you'll be able to take their photo. So that's me now live. I can add, well, I'm not Brian, but I've added that photo. Click on Save Photo. And there's that photo, but that's me. That's not Brian. So the other way is you can also, if you've already got their photo in your library, is you click on From Device Library, and you can add their photo from their phone. So let's have a look. If I've got a photo of Brian, this one will do. Click on Save Photo. Now that's not Brian either, but that's just showing you an example of how easy it is to add photos of employees using the app on your phone. It's incredibly easy. And when you're looking at employees, you can use this button here to page through them very quickly. And if your workforce is using the notes feature, you can just click on View Notes and you'll see the current notes of an employee. So managers can add employees, clients and records and rotas and create shifts and those other functions, add a rota, upload a logo, or change the workforce settings. Be very careful changing the workforce settings because those settings affect the entire workforce and all employees accessing your workforce. So be sure you know what you're doing. Now, one other aspect in the mobile app is memos. You can read your and write your Rotaville memo. So let's click into memos. Looks like I've got one. Let's go into the inbox. And yes, I've got a memo here from Nick, new training manual. Let's have a look at this. What does Nick say? There is now a printed copy of the new training manual in your pigeonhole. Please get back to me with any questions or feedback. Nick. Let's respond to this. Got it. Looks good. Thanks. Click on respond. So there's my response. There's my response to the memo. And if I wanted to send a memo myself, I can click here on new memo and work out, first of all, who am I going to send it to? Let's send it to home care. And let's send it to all the managers. Well, no, let's send it to everyone, all the employees. And let's give it a 3-month expiry subject. What can my memo be about? Help with Rotaville. If anyone needs any help with Rotaville, please see Jason in the office. And we can put in some stuff. Let's preview that. That looks good. So let's send this now to everyone. Okay, and that memo has been sent. And if people have the app on their phones, they will have just got an alert, just like I did then. They will have had a notification on their phone, and they'll be able to go into their memos, into their inbox, and they will see that new memo there, that new message. They'll be able to read it. So I think we've covered everything in the app, which is your upcoming shifts, which is great to see. We've covered memos. You can read and write memos. We've covered the workforces where you can go in and look at all the shifts, look at all the employees, add shifts, create shifts, assign shifts, edit shifts, print out the rotas. Pretty much most of the features that you can do on the desktop app, but here optimized for your phone screen and for interaction with touch and your finger. There are some features that are only available on the desktop web, and so the mobile app is meant to be sort of used on the go. And if you're doing something advanced planning, then perhaps you would like to use the desktop web. But that's it. I think that's a pretty quick, rapid tour of all the features of the Rotaville mobile app. It's available for Android. It's available for iOS. It will work on your iPads. It's great for managers to take photos of the workforce. And if you just need to make a quick change, if you're out and about and someone calls in sick and you need to make those changes, well, then you have all the contacts and all the information and everybody's availability at your fingertips, so you can use the Rotaville mobile app in those situations. Very popular with managers, very popular with employees, and it's quick and speedy. And I think that's it. What we can do is you don't need to log. If it's your phone and your screen gets locked automatically, then you can just swap out of your apps. You don't need to log out. But if you're using a shared phone, then maybe you do want to log out. You have that option. So that's the Rotaville mobile app. Now, that concludes Rotaville Livestream number 5. Please stay tuned for more live streams coming your way. If anyone has any questions, please get in touch. We'd love to cover them in a future live stream. That's it for this morning, or this evening, or this afternoon, depending on where in the world you are. Good luck using the Rotaville app, and see you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.